Robert Kiyosaki, a man who owns monetary wealth worth billions of dollars, once went through a time when some of his businesses failed, and as a result, his debt reached $800,000. Now, to challenge that straightforward perspective, we are going to understand his broader approach, how he used step-by-step methods to pay off this massive debt. This concept can be widely applied, and now we present a video in which Robert Kiyosaki, in his own words, shares insights on financial education taken from multiple interviews. Kim and I have shared more than 3 decades of marriage, but the road was not always smooth. From zero, we started again. There is a misconception that she was with me for financial reasons, but that is simply not true. At that time, I was deeply involved in various businesses, but unfortunately, one of my projects failed, leaving us without resources. This failure left us with a crushing debt of $800,000. Dealing with this financial burden was a priceless lesson, and eventually, we managed to pay it all off. When it comes to quick solutions for debt, many people advise cutting up credit cards. But to me, that advice is overly simplistic, because the cards themselves are not the real problem. In fact, I have respect for credit cards. So let's go through the steps of how to truly get out of debt. The first step is facing yourself with honesty, and I consider this one of the hardest things to do. Kim had never faced financial hardships like these before, and it was not easy to explain to her that I wasn't as rich as I looked. The second step is to immediately stop adding to the pile of debt. This often requires small sacrifices. During our move from Hawaii to California, we faced difficult challenges, even living on rooftops of apartments at times. Resources were so limited that we had to be careful with every dollar. Kim once had only about $50 to register for Sunday night classes. The third step is to create a comprehensive list of all debts, every single one of them. This is crucial. Some people resisted when I said all debts because they were afraid to admit how much they truly owed. I delayed taxes at times, but eventually I had to shut down my last business. We had to face reality directly. I listed every investor I owed money to, even family and friends. Transparency became critical, especially with a credit card company that was very uncomfortable with my inability to pay. I had to file those taxes and face the truth. The fourth step becomes important, especially if you are in deep debt. Hire an accountant. This may be one of the most vital decisions you ever make. I had tried to manage my records myself, but the pressure of mounting debt combined with shame made me avoid the truth. My lack of organization and inability to focus made things worse. So Kim and I sought guidance from my rich dad, who encouraged us to hire an accountant. At first I thought it would be too expensive, but my rich dad proved to me that wealthy people trust accountants, while less fortunate people often become careless in handling money. The fifth step, once you have a complete list of debts, is to create a financial illustration. At the top left corner of a chart, you write the creditor's name. At the top right, you note the total debt. Bottom left is the minimum monthly payment. Bottom right is the total debt divided by monthly payment. For example, if you owed $1,000 and the minimum monthly payment was $50, the chart would show that it would take 20 months to pay off. You create this chart for every debt and review it daily. Consistent reviewing keeps your financial vision clear. When Kim and I started, we had nothing. It took a decade to move from being resourceless to achieving financial freedom. At that time, she was 32 and I was 24. We learned the importance of focusing on assets instead of liabilities. Many people work hard, pay bills, buy liabilities, and mistakenly think they are acquiring assets. The very first thing I taught Kim was this truth, and today, we enjoy financial freedom because of it. The message is clear. Anyone can achieve this goal if they direct their focus the right way. We first met in 1973 during my first real estate investment course. Even though I lost money at the beginning, I never gave up on the idea of acquiring assets. Many people struggle with the thought of making $100,000 because they lack the mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical readiness required for that level. Kim and I eventually made millions of dollars, but that success would never have been possible without solving the problems at the $100,000 level first. Overcoming $100,000 problems requires growth, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. The sixth step is to decide the payment order for debts. This is where the small round number comes in. You begin with the smallest debt. Some argue it makes more sense to first pay off high-interest debts, but this method works because of momentum. As soon as you see a small win, you feel motivated to keep going. The goal is not just paying interest, it's building quick wins that push you forward. Now, let's look at how most people live. They work, get a paycheck, make house payments, and the money flows straight to the bank through a mortgage. That house is actually a liability, not an asset, because it takes money out of your pocket every month. Taxes, repairs, maintenance, and insurance all drain money, even if there's no mortgage. But a rental property, if properly managed, puts money into your pocket. At age 52, I started this process with one small apartment that generated $205 monthly. That was a great beginning, a debt-financed property that put cash in my pocket. Today, Kim and I manage more than 6,500 properties that generate consistent monthly income. The tenants live happily in these homes, and all of this income originates from debt. We work with 100% financed debt, but the difference is that it creates positive cash flow. Instead of letting debt consume us, we use it to create income. Right now, we enjoy 7 cars, multiple properties, and private jet travel, all funded by investments and positive cash flow, not by credit cards. We don't accumulate debt. We enjoy income from assets that eliminate liabilities. Many people face financial struggles because they chase luxuries first, and only later think about acquiring assets. That's a losing strategy. I, on the other hand, use assets to pay for my liabilities, which creates a truly rich life. The beauty of this model is that the wealth continues to grow, and there's no need to worry about money anymore. This process requires discipline and dedication. It's a journey from where you are now to where you want to be. Without discipline, the process falls apart. I urge you to share this knowledge with others. Open their eyes to the truth. The key to financial success is creating multiple streams of income. That means educating yourself financially, developing an entrepreneurial mindset, and generating business ideas to diversify your income. It's clear, you want to become someone different from the crowd. You want to strengthen your financial intelligence. After all, you've made it this far into the video, haven't you? So now, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for watching this video until the end.